All right, guys, because of a request to bring it back, I got a little voiceover for you here. Me and Purple Belt here at my gym, Mike Olson, are getting at it here. He's a really good wrestler, super strong, squirrely little bastard. He's been doing Jiu-Jitsu and MMA for a long time. Here I'm just trying to establish my underhook, and he leaves his left hand here on the mat, so I pull my right leg over. I'm flexible in my hips, so it's pretty easy for me to go into omoplata positions. I wanted the carny here. It's kind of a popular 10th planet motion, and he pops his hand out last second. I actually don't like this position very much. I don't find a whole lot of success here. Sometimes I go for the triangle. Sometimes I try to armbar. Here I try to armbar, and he brings his left knee through, so I just sweep him because I know he has no post. Try to throw my triangle up there. He pops his shoulder out, and now I'm just barely keeping his right arm stuck inside my trap here. I pull the head down so I can try to hurdle my left leg over his right shoulder, but his left hand was actually holding my leg there. And so I start passing his left elbow across my body to try to go for the back. I was thinking, if I swivel to the back here, I'll have his right arm trapped. I can get some bows going. And he steps his leg up to post, so I think, all right, pendulum sweep. So I scoop the leg here, get my angle, hit my pendulum sweep, come up to kind of a top mount style position, and we reset. I wanted to kind of be right in front of that camera. And Olson, being the wrestler he is, says, yeah, I'm not going bottom. He decides to play top again. I go into collar sleeve control here. I was thinking omoplata right here, but he already proved himself pretty good at getting out of that position, so I want to switch it up a little bit. So I start going into butterfly sweep attacks, and as he posts with his legs and kind of opens up his base, I'm able to get to single leg X right here, and with a scoop, and I grab his other leg and I sit him down. I come up and I go to pass right away. Olson's really good at front chokes and guillotines and loop chokes, so I just want to bury my head in, get past his knee line, stabilize my position, and here I start thinking Kimura attacks. I opt to go more of a north-south position. I find it's way easier to maintain a pass and a dominant position in north-south than really anywhere else. I start thinking armbar here. Again, like I said, Olson is squirrely, very strong, educated, 4-stripe purple belt, getting close to that next level. So we get in a little scramble here, and I go to take the back. Boom, but he gets his elbow right underneath my right leg there, and I wasn't able to finalize the back control. So here I'm thinking guillotine, front choke, and he creates a good angle with his shoulders. So I reach my left hand over for a one-on-one grip on his left wrist right there, and I think maybe I can pull him through to back control. But he's a good wrestler, like I said, so his base and his hips are strong, but now I have his left arm post. So all I need to do is create a butterfly hook with my left foot there, and then I can sit him down and take top position. So I'm thinking, let's find our mount. So I drive my left knee across, and I stabilize a mount here for a second. He gets his elbows and frames into really good position. He starts bucking and moving like a wrestler should, like a wrestler would. And I start going for gift wraps so I can start getting to back control again. He starts his escape process, so I decide to bail on the mount and keep a dominant position. And here I'm looking for the arm bar. I sit back to kind of a quasi back-seated head and arm position, but his head's low and he's bringing his hips up. So I decide to just come back up on top and manage top position. I bring my knee across the belly, punch his legs across, and here I start to think Kimura grip. He starts turning his hips, dropping his elbow, so I can't quite get there. And now my mind goes back to back control. So I grab his belt, go to north-south, and I want to sit him up so I can start taking the back. So I stand up, pull him up like I'm basically starting a lawnmower, boom, and then throw my hooks in, or attempt to. Here I'm able to get my right hook in, and he's pulling my right arm, my choking arm, to the wrong side of his head. So right here, he brings my right arm to the left side, so I can't get any bows going. So my first thought is it's a wrestling guillotine, a twister. But my right hook was a little too shallow in the way he was moving his hips and keeping his hips high. I couldn't triangle my legs to get that kind of truck twister hook kind of control. And so I wasn't able to really lock in and establish the position. So then I tried to get my right arm out and take my right arm under his head here and get back to a form of control for the back. he starts going towards the free side where there's no hook. So I end up having to throw my left hook in here in a second as he starts bringing us to the left side. And then my right hook comes out. So he goes right back to the other side. Really educated motion on his part for the escapes. So I start thinking arm triangle here. As I come up, he frees himself, starts bringing his guard back, and I go to pass right away, and here comes the wrestling on his part. He sits up, and here I move his body, attack his leg to get him to post, and throw on a flying triangle. He's so good at pulling his head out and defending the strangle that I go straight for the arm lock. It's kind of a Americana-style lock. Gordon Ryan did it to that Bane guy. And it's just super, super powerful, especially if you can't seem to lock the actual strangle in. Here, Olson's working his passing, and I'm just working kind of defensive positioning. The round's getting close to an end here. So our Gungoa, there's the end of the round. Great stuff. Thanks, Olson. Always a doozy. And then here's a little bonus stuff here with me and Blake. He's another purple belt, a lot of MMA experience. There's a little swing single I hit on him there. He's tough. He's a diesel mechanic, so he's basically a hydraulic press at all times, never loses his strength. So he's pretty hard to deal with. Right there, I was clearing grips, clearing collar ties, and kind of swinging him around. I was able to get into my swing single. And now here I'm playing knee on belly, thinking far side arm bars. Thinking near side arm bars. I'm thinking, let me expose an elbow. I don't care which one it is. I'm putting a lot of pressure on him here. I'm kind of smashing his face down. I'm looking to expose elbows and separate his hands. And he's just so good at bringing his arms back to center and safety. Here I get a Kimura grip. And then usually I don't do this, but I step my head side leg over his secondary arm. And doing that, I'm trying to keep his hands from connecting in a healthy, robust way for him. Right, so here I go for a bicep slicer. He's able to get out of that. And now I'm using my right leg to really separate his arms. Because my right leg's where it is, I can lay to the head side and put a lot of pressure on his face with my leg. And it's hard for him to actually do any hitchhiker style motions. Here I control the wrist, separate the hands, get a strong armbar finish. Because he's a mechanic, he grinds on cars all day. His elbows aren't the healthiest. So I take those a little slower. And he usually taps at a good time when it comes to straightening his arms. Here I decide to pull guard. I go right into a butterfly sweep attack, and he always posts his long legs way out. So I do an ankle trap method there, get my sweep. We kind of go off camera here, so I sped this up a little bit. I'm working some sit-through passes and walking around the head, burying my head in his hips so he can't come up and turtle. And I'm just managing my pass. Here we start again. I let him, he decides to get his guard back. So I'm just going to go ahead and work my passes again. I'm double leg control, and he kind of hits me with a collar drag that sets me down. But I'm able to come up with my underhook, go to kind of a headquarters, knee cut style position with a super deep underhook and a good crossface. And I decide to slow cook him a little bit here, putting some heat on him. The round's going to get cut off here because my storage was full. So I'm really frustrated about that because we had a doozy in the later half of the round. But so I'm just kind of slow cooking him, looking for my pass and to stabilize. And the pass is going to come here. I'm going to drop my left hip, and I'm going to use my right foot to kick his knee. I have a hurt left ankle. It's pretty hurt, so I got to be careful of the way I do my knee cuts. There's my pass. I'm going to look to bring my head off center. I'm going to go to an armbar attack here pretty soon. Right here, I'm playing my north-south. I go to kind of a Kimura-style grip, step myself up, and we're going to sit into an armbar attack here momentarily. There's my Kimura grip, and here comes the attack. I ended up getting this after some work, but the video is going to cut off. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. We'll get some more going here pretty soon. I'll get some where people are actually kind of following me around with the camera instead of it being on a tripod. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and smash that subscribe button. And if you want to see anything in the future, throw it down in the comments. And I'll be seeing you guys soon. Thanks so much.